Welcome to Debatable, our first college football playoff rankings reaction show of the season. Yes, I had changed the name. That name was way too long. And Debatable was the original name for this show. I just never got around to create a logo for it. But anyway, yeah. Welcome to Debatable. This is our first look at the new CFP rankings this week. The first one's been released for this year, and I gotta say, well done. Well done, selection committee. They did a fantastic job. But let's react to it. But first, let's take a look at my top 6. Who do I think deserves to be in the playoffs this year? Well, you all probably know me. I've had Florida State or Ohio State at number 1 this whole season long. But I didn't feel like Ohio State's kind of like a one-man show right now. I mean, he's spectacular, but Florida State's got more playmakers. They've been the most dominating team, and also Georgia's finally looking like they may have a shot at doing a three-peat this year. I really like the way that Georgia's really been playing lately. Georgia's really answered my question about improvement they need to make. I moved them back up to number 2. Florida State's at 1. I drop Ohio State down to 3. I really like having Michigan at 4. And then I moved Washington up 5 despite their struggle the last couple weeks. And then, graphic problem. Texas is now called up. For some reason that's a little glitch, and Texas didn't get added in there, the name Texas, but I'm going to start calling them up now, but with Oklahoma's loss, they move up to 6 in my rankings. So, I really feel like this is really good. I know that the only reason why I'm trying to prevent a Michigan and Ohio State matchup in the first round of the playoff, because knowing that those two will likely play each other, they are going to play each other, a week before the conference championship game, and I really don't want to see them play each other again. If I want to see them play twice, go ahead, have them play each other in the national championship game. But that's really even if I was trying to avoid that, I really feel like Ohio State's a good fit for 3. Really, any of these teams. The top 5 teams in my rankings right now are all undefeated. Any one of them could be tied for first right now. But let's look and see what the CFP has for us. I'm still working on my graphics. Hopefully it'll be ready for next week. But until then, you'll just have to deal with words. Just the names. But I'm really working on building a rankings graphic for this show. And they got 25 at Air Force. I think that's a little low for them, considering they are undefeated. Keep in mind that Liberty is not ranked, and they're 8-0 too. Tulane's 24. Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Kansas from the Big 12 are 21 through 23. They are getting a lot of respect to the Big 12 this week. And, AP, where you at? They did put Kansas State in the rankings this week at 25. Yeah. Not only does the CFP have higher respect for Kansas State, Oklahoma State is higher than K-State, which, I do agree. I do not agree with, considering that K-State has been, they blew out Houston 41-0, and Texas almost lost to Houston. OSU does have that embarrassing loss to South Alabama, but I think they recovered from that. They really haven't looked their best, but that running back, their running main, their backs, unstoppable. And then, of course, that Kansas win over Oklahoma at home, through the goalpost, in the pond or lake, whatever you want to call it. They look good. They look really, really good. Kansas, be surprised. They got Iowa State this week. I got them big. I think they could beat Iowa State really big, and Kansas might actually have, if Texas lose another game down the road, which is possible. They don't have Quinn Ewers anymore. I mean, their backup, he's okay, but he's still a freshman. He's got some work he's got to do. I really just see that Texas might get another loss down the road. And if that happens, and Kansas just keeps winning like they've been, we could very possibly see Kansas in the Big 12 championship. And if Oklahoma continues to play the way that they've been playing the last couple of weeks, they might get another loss. We might have a Kansas and Texas Big 12 championship game. And then moving on to the next one, USC is ranked. Oh my goodness. How in the world is a team that lost 2 straight weeks, almost 3 straight weeks, allow 49 points? They did win the game by 1 against California, the worst team in the Pac-12. So here's my question for you. Why are they ranked? Just tell me, why is USC ranked? I don't think they deserve to be ranked. I would rank, if they beat Washington this Saturday, yeah, sure, go ahead and rank them at 20. Wait until they play a good team like Washington. They haven't beaten a ranked opponent this year yet. That's the only reason why I haven't ranked them this week in the past 2 weeks. UCLA is at 19. Utah is at 18. Tennessee's at 17, and Oregon State's at 16. I think that's really good for that group. It's really a good Pac-12. I mean, yeah, the last graphic was all Big 12 heavy. This graphic's Pac-12 heavy. If the next one gonna be SEC heavy, a little mix. Penn State's 11, Missouri is 12, Louisville is 13, LSU is 14, Notre Dame is 15. Wow, we actually have a top 15 matchup this week. LSU versus Alabama, and for sure, Alabama, you can see right there, Alabama and Oklahoma are both in the top 10 this week. Wow. And, I'm actually think that Notre Dame's kind of low. I mean, I know they're a 2-loss team, but week in and week out, they have been dominating. They have been improving their strength. Freeman doing a good job. Freeman, really, the first half of the season, since he's taken the head coaching job, really not great. I mean, good. I mean, either okay, but not where you want them to be. But then, the second half of the season, wow, are they good. They are really, really, really good. And do they have a shot at the playoff? No, they not, because they got those 2 losses, but they got that. But they can go to New York Six Bowl if they just continue winning their games. All right. Ole Miss is at 10, Oklahoma at 9, Alabama at 8, and Texas is at 7. Wow, what a top 10 we have right there. I was not expecting Ole Miss to be in the top 10. I forgot who Ole Miss is playing this week, but is it? Yeah, I don't remember who Ole Miss is playing this week. I can actually pull it up right now, but as I'm pulling this up, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Oklahoma. Oklahoma is 9. In the AP, they are 10. In my ranking, they're 8. So, yeah, everyone's kind of just agreeing with each other. Really the same area. We know that Oklahoma is a top 10 team. They just had a bad loss to Oklahoma. I mean, yeah, they lost themselves. Bad loss to Kansas. Oh, okay. Ole Miss has got A&M this week, so little easy slide and maybe a chance for Ole Miss to improve their resume. But Oklahoma this week, it's got Bedlam. You all were thinking probably, oh, it's Bedlam. They always win that game. No, it's different this time. Because it is the very last Bedlam for who knows when. Because Oklahoma's joining the SEC next year. OSU's staying in the Big 12 next year. Those two could not come to agreement to renew the rivalry outside each other's conference. So, this is the last time we will have Bedlam. Tickets are going as high as $2,000. The game's in Stillwater. Yeah, it's a road game. Yeah, Oklahoma really hasn't been too great on the road this year. Struggled with Cincinnati, of course, lost to Kansas, and then really the only other home game they struggled to is UCF, and they found a way to win that game late. They did. They found a way to win that game. Alabama is at 8. Boy, they still have a shot at the SEC championship game. Maybe even shot. Yeah, I don't think Ole Miss has a shot at the playoffs. I really think the top 9 right now, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Texas, still has a shot for the playoffs. They still control their own destiny. They just need a little help from these teams. They need these teams to lose. Yes, they have. I've been saying it all season long. Ohio State's been the most dominating team this year. They deserve the number 1 spot. I've had the number 1 all week. And of course, the one time I finally give up on Ohio State and kind of agree with the AP a little bit by moving Georgia up to 2 because I have them at 3, and then I went ahead and was like, I really feel like Florida State deserved the one seed this time. I really like the way that Florida State has been playing lately, so I went ahead and was like, okay, I know that the CFP is probably likely going to put Georgia at 1, so I want to make things a little chaos, be like, I kind of like how Florida State been playing lately. I've been wanting to put Florida State at 1 for the last couple of weeks. I've been waiting for them to really blow out a team. They did, and waiting for Ohio State or Georgia that was ahead of them in my rankings to really slip. Ohio State kind of did. I really haven't been impressed with Ohio State. They were still impressive, but not as competitive as I thought they would be. Georgia also, they really haven't been their best, except for what they looked on Saturday. That was really a true playoff team. So, they agreed with me. Georgia is the 2 seed. But, of course, the one time I drop Ohio State down, they put them right back at 1. So, thanks. Thanks for finally agreeing with me, but it's too late. I already have Florida State at 1, but who knows what happens this week. Upsets may happen. I might put Ohio State back at 1. I don't even remember Ohio State's got Rutgers this week, so that's a tight ball game. And Florida State, I cannot remember. I'm pulling it up right now. Who Florida State is playing this week? They got Pitt, so another dominating game for Florida State this week, as expected. And then Michigan at 3, Washington at 5, and then Oregon, at 6. I really do believe that Oregon might even get the edge of Washington right now. Oregon really had the better since that loss, since the Washington-Oregon game. Oregon really looked like the better team. I really do deserve deserve to be higher ranked than Washington, but I like the CFP, like they did. I do agree with them. Washington should be higher ranked because of the head-to-head matchup. So, let's go over all the undefeated teams. So, who deserves the number 1 spot? Florida State. This is alphabetical order. Florida State, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and Washington are all undefeated right now. This is the group of these. Keep in mind that this is the Power 5 undefeated teams left right now. I'll talk about the group of 5 later. But, yeah. Well, how would you rank this? If this was you, how would you rank these 5 undefeated teams? I already showed you my top 6, including Texas in there. But, yeah, it's really hard. They're all really tied for first. You can, any graphic, I mean, I've been watching all the ESPN, Fox Sports analysts, all the experts. None of them can agree. I mean, they all agree that these are the top 5 best teams right now. The question is, what order are they going to be? Who's going to be left out? Because there's only 4 spots, and there's only 5 teams. One of these teams is going to be left out. To me, I honestly think it might be the loser of Ohio State and Michigan. That's just my theory. But it also comes down to Washington's they got a quarterback that's a Heisman candidate, but he really hasn't looked that impressive the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Struggled on the road. I mean, not bad at home last week, but, yeah. On the ropes against Stanford. I really need to see more from Washington in that one. And then, is there any hope of a one-loss team getting the playoffs? Again, alphabetical order. We got 7 of them. Alabama, Missouri. Oh, yeah, Missouri. If they go out and beat Georgia this weekend, no doubt they are going to be the Cinderella story of this year. Yeah. Oklahoma, Ole Miss. I keep forgetting about Ole Miss, but yeah, they do have that 1 loss. They do only have 1 loss this year. Not bad. Oregon. Oregon's probably has the best loss this year to Washington. And they're right behind them. Penn State and Texas probably has the 2nd best loss on here. Oklahoma probably has the 3rd best loss. Possibly. Well, Alabama. Yeah, Alabama's got that really. They're all really mixed together with their losses. They're really kind of competing with each other. And it very might possibly come down to head-to-head on which one of these is going to go to the playoffs. If, bring out the undefeated team, if one of these teams, or most of these teams, we already know Ohio State, Michigan, one of them's going to come out with 1 loss. But is there a chance that maybe Georgia goes down the road? Possibly, I don't see it. I mean, Georgia's got a tough schedule coming up late. Washington's got the whole Pac-12 to deal with. Florida State's got an easy road. Florida State's really the only one that's got an easy trip to the CFP. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy for these teams to get into the playoffs, but they all still control their destiny and just got to win the rest of their game, get their conference championship game, and win it. But let's look at the full picture right here. Yeah! My rankings versus the CFP. Yep, they actually put it Ohio State at 1. But, here's the thing. I do not have Tulane ranked. Instead, I have Liberty. I have them all the way up at 17. They're undefeated. They look really good. I really haven't seen a bad game from them yet either. Air Force, yeah, they did have. It was a close game against Army, but again, military rivalry game. I see it. It happens. Air Force looks really good. I really need to see more for Tulane. They had a little scare this week. I forgot who they played. But, yeah. Tulane, I really need to see more explosive for them if they want to be ranked. But, yeah, Tulane is the highest group of 5 team right now. In my rankings, it is Liberty. Now, here's the big picture right here. I got LSU as at 11. They have LSU at 14. Yeah. I got Ole Miss all the way down at 13. Yeah, well, we agreed that Missouri is 12. Funny or not, they actually agree with me more than the AP does. And, hey, look at that! Oklahoma State both ranked James Madison. Well, why in the world aren't they ranking James Madison? Well, does it have to do something with they aren't bowl eligible? I mean, if they continue to win games, eventually, they're going to have to rank them. And we already know the AP ranked them, so it is possible for them to be ranked. So my one question for them is, are they ever going to rank James Madison? I do think they deserve to be ranked this year. But first, let's look at some, actually, that graphic is, didn't get finished yet, but, yeah, I was gonna look at some, bowl game, predictions for you, but apparently, I forgot what I wrote down, and, the graphic did not save. For some reason, it was showing the Slayer Report podcast graphic that I kind of duplicated, copied, so I can make a graphic for it. I didn't make it. Apparently, it didn't save, so I guess I'll move that on to next week. So, back to the group of 5. Yeah, which, actually, I should have just jumped right into it anyway, because I already talking about the group of 5. Air Force. James Madison, not bowl eligible unless there's not enough teams. Liberty and Tulane. It's the battle of the group of 5. Which one of these 4 schools is going to go to New York Six Bowl? I really think, to me, it should be Liberty. It's between Liberty and Air Force. They're both really good right now. I really haven't seen a really... I mean, yeah, everyone has bad games, but they're all undefeated. They found ways to win their games. It's very possible that, yeah, even if you look at this is what would the 12-team playoffs that starts next week look like if the season ended today. Obviously, Tulane, the highest group of 5 team, they would get the 12th seed. To me, I really think it should be Liberty against Michigan. But how do you all feel about this? I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, wow, what a game. Tulane, Michigan, that's not even going to be that bad of a game. Oklahoma, Alabama. That's going to be a huge game. Penn State, Oregon. Would love to see that. Keep in mind that the first round are home games. Yeah, the higher ranked scene will be home. Yeah, Oklahoma had to travel to Alabama. Tulane would travel to Michigan. Penn State would travel to Oregon. Ole Miss would travel to Texas. And the quarterfinals is when it really starts with the bowl locations. So, if I were to look into the future, I really feel like Michigan, I really think that Tulane would be in that game, but I really think that Michigan will find a way to win that game. They'll move ahead and play Washington. Oklahoma and Alabama, that's a tough pick for me right now. Nick Saban's really having some problems. I mean, I know that Brett Venables in these big games, they know how to find a way. Give me Oklahoma in that game. Oklahoma versus Ohio State. Penn State, Oregon. Penn State's really not good at big games. Give me Oregon in this one. Ooh, Oregon and Florida State. That's going to be, I would love to see that game this year. And Ole Miss and Texas. Yeah, give me Texas. Yeah, I think Quinn Ewers, probably, if he's back, I think he'll be back in time for that game. Give me Texas versus Georgia. And I think that Georgia will get that win. Move Georgia up ahead. Give me Florida State over Oregon. And then Ohio State over Oklahoma. And then I think Michigan might pull off the upset. Well, yeah, I guess really ranking-wise, not an upset. Seeding-wise, it is an upset. So give me Michigan over Washington. And then I really feel like Ohio State will beat Michigan here. And then I really think Florida State could beat Georgia. And then we have Michigan versus Florida State in the championship game. I got Florida State winning. Yes. Yep, that's really how I would make my picks up there. And you can see right there the first two teams out in Missouri and Louisville. I really think that Missouri deserved the playoff spot. If they win this week, they do deserve a playoff spot. Even if they lose and it's close, I do think they earn that playoff spot. But like I said earlier, we got Bedlam this week, the last ever Bedlam, 2:30 ABC, number 9 versus 22. Yeah, Oklahoma State is ranked now. Can you believe it or not? Gonna be a big game. Sticking with the Big 12, K-State and Texas. K-State's hot right now on the trails. Texas really having a little issues, quarterback plays, Quinn Ewers getting injured, like I mentioned. K-State is just dominating right now. Gonna be a big game. And then our game of the week in the SEC, Missouri and Georgia. Really looking forward to this one. Missouri on the road. If they can get this win, not only will this be probably the biggest upset of the season. Wow. Just wow, Missouri. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but wow. Just wow. And then one more look at the college football playoff top 6. Yeah, if I were to make my picks right now, I would have Florida State beating Ohio State. I would have Georgia beating Michigan. So then I got Florida State versus Georgia. I want to see that game too. And of course, I would have Florida State winning it. But yeah, there's your top 6 right there. Thank you all for watching. Wow, that was exactly 30 minutes. But thank you all for watching Debatable, my reaction show to the rankings. I will have a more better ranking graphic next week as I finish it. And hopefully it will save my bowl predictions. Maybe I should just write it down so that way if I have another technical glitch, that won't happen again. But yeah, maybe I should just use I can pull up the 12 team there. Here, this is my bowl game prediction right here. Yeah, and then this is who I think will play each other maybe in a bowl game. They don't make the playoffs or not. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Thank you all for watching Debatable. I'll see you guys next week. We got Hardwood Hoops tonight and American Game Day on Saturday. Thank you all for watching.